What's up, guys? I'm live a little bit early right now because I'm still editing some vocals up. I just want to make sure it all gets done. I don't think you'll be able to hear that. So you gotta bear with me just a few minutes because I have everything else pretty much where I want to go. We're going to edit the vocals up real quick and get started on another mix. Should be a good time. I'll keep the, I'll put the chat on my phone. So while I do this, if you can't hear anything, at least we can talk a little bit. We gotta bear with me just a few minutes. All right, if you're not watching this live, I'll make sure to put in the video just a timestamp of when we start the mixing process because I'm just not sure you're going to be able to hear this, so this might not be super fun. So if you want to fast forward, that's fine. Otherwise, if you want to ask any questions or just talk about anything, let me know. I just spoke about Spotify this morning, and it was fascinating what's going on with Spotify. Just crazy stuff. Oh, actually, let me see if I can even do it this way. Hold on a sec. No. You know what? I think we're going to get too much feedback from doing this. Let's just skip to a different song. I have this session set up. We'll do a different one. I'll come back to that other one whenever. No big deal. Let me save this. Cool. So scratch that. We're going right into it right away.
Life is too short to live on a leash, consuming things that you.
All right, so I'm just going to make sure these vocals line up real nice first, and then we'll get into it. So I did produce this record, so I have to do all a little in-between work too. It's not a sent to me perfect. That's all of those. Okay. All right, looks like we're working with 6 vocals all together, 3 matched pairs. So we're going to go align them one section at a time. If you're new to the videos, this is VocAlign Pro. I don't recommend you get VocAlign Pro. Get the VocAlign Project. It's way cheaper, and it does the same job for like music like this. And check and make sure you all can hear.
Well, life is too short to live on a leash, consumed with things that you don't really need to be. I would do anything just to hear you again. What are the sweetest words that were ever said to man?
There we go. Let's do the second verse. This is really tightening it up.
What?
Let me see if I can find a little spot where it's a little off so we could hear it after.
Looked.
Yes. Hear the 2 T's come off at different times.
Looked.
that shouldn't be the case after we do this.
Whatever you want, whatever you want is just what you'll get. Maybe more, but not less. Oh, when you're offered the whole world, who could resist? I'll never forget the way that you looked when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, forget the way that you looked.
Those T's are lined up now. That's what we were looking for. All right, one more section.
Come on! Come on! Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
There we go. All right, now the chorus vocals.
Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to me.
Worked great. Let's move on.
Tonight.
All right, so these are our backup vocals for this section. We're going to align them to each other. We might need to align them to the main, but we'll worry about that when we start mixing it in. I think he did a pretty serious performance on this, so we shouldn't have to do that.
Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to me.
There we go. Now we have our vocals fixed up. We start working on the session. So if you are new to the mixing streams, we did a mix from scratch. First we did a mix just on the drums, and then we did the entire rest of the song. So we have a lot of presets that we're working with. We know what guitars we used in different songs. We know which amps we used on different songs. We stuck pretty straight to a Bogner Ubershaw. We got a really thick sound out of it. And that's what this song has. So I could take that from the original song and have it be most of the way there when it comes to guitar tone. And my drums were all done on the same drum set. We spent a lot of time hooking up those toms, making them sound good. And we have some samples that we did use on the bass drum and snare drum to thicken them up. So all that stuff stays fairly relative, might need to be tweaked a little bit, brought up, brought down for the songs. But we're going through more of the fun stuff of mixing, because we're not getting into the nitty-gritty too much, just doing the fun things. If you want to see that other stuff, it is up on the YouTube page, so please go ahead and just check it out all you want. They're pretty long videos. So to do this, you actually can just import session data on Pro Tools from another session. I'm going to do it from the first song we mixed. You match the tracks up. You ensure that the tracks are going to the right places. They match by name, so name the tracks accordingly. I have a solo. I guess I don't have a solo on this track, but I do have a PT2. And PT is something I actually just call leads, basically. I call them PTs. Just for the word passing tone. So a lot of the time, lead and solo do the same thing for you. Like I want my like little leads in the choruses not to be solos, so it's like a conscious effort to keep myself telling the artist, hey, let's rein that in a little bit. We don't want that to sing over the vocal. Cool. Okay, so I'm going to get rid of this microphone so you don't get too much feedback and start seeing where I am. I'll start with the drums and the bass, just rhythm section at first, start putting everything together, and then we'll talk about maybe some fun effects on different areas of the song. Man, those squeals sound good, but they are heavy. I'm going to pull them down just a little bit with the EQs, just so they don't pop out too much, and maybe we'll regret that idea and move them back. But at the moment, I want to just pull them down a tiny bit. It seems like the higher one is the one that punches through. Let me find that. I'm going to do an EQ after all the effects and everything. I usually like to do them before, but we're just looking at one specific thing, so I'm not going to go too crazy. All right. Yeah, this is one of the songs that I thought was going to be easiest to mix because it didn't have that many parts, to be honest with you. And a lot of the transitions were pretty tight, and there were going to be no real big effects or anything like that that I saw necessary from just like listening through. So I think we're going to be pretty good on the mix on this one, but we'll see once we start adding the vocals in. I'm going to need to add them in. I'm going to need to paste the choruses where they belong because we only did, it looks like, one full chorus here because it was the same thing every time, so there was no sense in it. So let's get started on that stuff.
It's just what you get. Maybe more, but not less. Oh, when you're offered the whole world, who could resist? I'll never forget the way that you looked when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing.
Just going to bring in some background vocals that we got in the second song we mixed, Echoes. So I'm just bringing in the settings from that song, just so I don't have to do that again if it fits nice. Otherwise, I'll just tweak from here.
Wide and said, let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my head. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's dead. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's I'll never forget the way that you looked when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be.
Okay, I think we're going to employ a tambourine player in the chorus. Want to see what it feels like. Sometimes that tambourine is just perfect. It's exactly what you need to fill in some high end and keep the song kind of driving, especially when there's so many hits like this. Chorus has a ton of hits. I'm going to use Stylus. They have a lot of different tambourine settings. I have my favorite that I'm going to go to right away. And throw a little reverb on it, put it in the mix, see if it sounds good. Sorry, I don't know if anybody in the band is in the chat right now, but I'm thinking about keeping it that way. I mean, I could turn it around when the drums turn around to the halftime speed, but I think the drive in the background is pretty nice. It stops the chorus from having any lulls in it.
Eyes wide and said, let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be.
I'm just not so sure about that fill heading into that end of the bridge section. I'm going to try a couple things out. Just going to try to kind of get rid of it. Maybe do like a slowdown effect into it or something, just so we don't have that pickup feel. It feels kind of clunky there. I like it, but I'd like it faster. Let me try a few things. All right, so that's the first possibility. I have one other one. Check this. Still a fan of the first one myself. off my mic on that time. I'll show you. That one's pretty cool. It has like this weird delay thing going on with it, as it actually is fully faded out. So I don't mind that one either. I'm really not sure. So now I'm worried about it coming back in and that delay kind of being a little slow. I'd like it to land right on the beat. Actually a little fast. Let me see if I can slow it down to fit. Yeah, that's not a bad idea. What's your name? Blue Baggins, because then I could kind of not worry about that that delay so much. Maybe there's something we could work in there. Let me see.
Whatever you want is just what you get. Maybe more, but not less. Oh, when you're offered the whole world, whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want.
What do you guys think about that? I'm kind of digging that.
Whatever you want. Whatever you want. The sweetest words that were ever said to man. And let's live tonight like it's the last one of our.
Good idea, Blue. That was cool.
Ever said to man, let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. Let's live tonight like it's the last one to leave. Just to hear you again. One of the sweetest words that were ever said to man. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. There's no way of knowing. said to Maslin tonight. We're sad to Maslin tonight. Forever sad to Maslin tonight. Like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Whatever you want, whatever you want, it's just whatever you want, whatever you want, it's just what you get, maybe more but not less. Oh, when you're offered the whole world, who could resist? I'll never forget the way that you looked when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, "Let's live tonight." Like it's when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, "Let's live tonight." Like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be. Whatever you want. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be.
We could try to pop another one in there. I'm worried right now about how long this double bass drum part goes. I feel like if it's halfway, it might be a little too much. Maybe half of what it is, maybe just one rotation. I'm just gonna try that out real quick, and yeah, we could pop another one on the whatever you wants there. That shouldn't be a problem at all.
Tonight, like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always wide and said, "Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be. There's no way of knowing. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. Meant to, it's gonna be. Stay by by my side because there's no way of knowing. Stay by my side like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be. Whatever, last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's gonna be a hell. Last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side because it's gonna be.
Yeah, man, they're called All Stories End. They're out of San Antonio, Texas. This is really like their debut full length, though, so there's not a ton of music online for them right now. I think they have their demos for this record in like an EP form. But hopefully this one comes out. You know, we're thinking hopefully by the end of the summer or so is what we're thinking. Maybe get the single out, during the summer. So this actually isn't the single, I don't think. We have. I honestly don't think it's in the running because we have like another 3-4 songs that we've already spoke about. So yeah, there's some cool songs coming out of this, man.
There's no way of knowing. Whatever you
All right, I'm going to throw the mastering on that we've been using for these guys. So I'm going to lower your volume a ton because it's about to get very loud in here.
Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. You can do whatever you want to be. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Again, one of the sweetest words that were ever said to man. Live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. Whatever you want. It's just what you get. Maybe more, but not less. Oh, when you're off with the whole world, who could resist? I'll never forget the way that you looked when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, "Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of knowing. Stay by my side, because it's gonna be a hell of a ride if it's meant to be. You can do whatever you want to be. Whatever you want. 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 Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of whatever you want.
Cool. I'm feeling really good about it. Yeah. Yeah. If you want to get a hold of them, man, they are on YouTube as well as All Stories End Band. If you want to say hey to those guys, yeah, definitely do. I think they're going to do very, very well with this record. So it's cool to have friends who are doing well. I'm just going to listen back to this sucker, just mess with the mastering a little bit, and then I'm going to call this a song. So I really appreciate the people who came on and hung out with me. Blue, I loved your ideas. Thank you for your help. I think the band will like it too. And very, very cool, man. I'll see you guys the next time we do one of these mixing streams. I do start them early. I put them on YouTube early. So if you have the alert bell hit on my channel, you should be able to get alerts when we're about to do these. And sometimes even a day or two in advance when I make the page for it. So I hope you will do that. Just go ahead and subscribe, like, hit that alert bell, and you'll be here to help me out with these other mixes, man. It'll be fun. All right, that feels good as a first mix for me. Can't see the clock. There's a piece of the drums hold back, give their vocals, hold back to give the vocal and accompanying guitar to voice alone. Back. What parts?
It's just what you get. Maybe more, but not less. Oh, when you're wrong for the whole world, who could resist? I'll never forget the way that you looked when you turned to me with eyes wide and said, "Let's live tonight like it's the last one of our lives, 'cause it always could be. There's no way of."
Hey man, do me a favor, leave that idea, if you can, just like check back on this video and just put it in the comments, like when you know like the lyrics maybe, and we could I could try it out for you, dude, and I'll post it up, and you let me know if that's what you were thinking. I could definitely hear another kind of cool production effect on this, so if you have an idea, definitely post it up in the comments and I'll give it a shot. Okay? All right, man. Thank you guys for being with me. I know it was quite a few of you guys, which is kind of cool. But yeah, so I'll be doing this again. I'm not sure if it'll be tomorrow or it'll be on Tuesday. It'll be soon, I promise. And we'll figure it out from there. All right, thanks for being with me on this one. I'll close the stream out, and we will all talk soon.